Capture the objective.
Hello everyone, welcome to the best class setup. Today we're looking at the Scar H, and let's get straight into it. So, the Scar H is unlocked at level 40, so it's quite a late unlock, and you only get about 15 levels to play around with the gun. But it fits nicely. It's nicely in the unlock system, so it's a gun that you are gonna have to try out yourself, definitely. You'll see by the statistics in a minute on how some people might avoid the gun, some people might not, and you've got to decide whether you actually like the gun in the first place or not. So, if you like the gun, then that's fine. If you don't, then it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a difficult gun to use. Even with the setups that I use, it can be quite difficult to use sometimes. So, bear that in mind when we go through this. But yeah, it's unlocked at level 40. The damage the Scar's going to do is 45 in close quarters and 33 at a distance. So, in simple terms, that's a 3 to a 4 hit kill. So, 3 hits to kill in close quarters, 4 hits at a distance. The magazine size is 30 rounds, and if you have extended clip on the gun, it's going to go up to 40. Your reload speed is going to be 2.34 seconds if you just reload it normally, and if your magazine is completely empty, it's going to take you 2.95 seconds to reload and have bullets back in the gun. The thing that makes the Scar weaker is its rate of fire. The rate of fire is a very shockingly 625 RPM. It's one of the lowest, I think it's the lowest fully auto assault rifle in Black Ops 2. 625 is very low, and that's what causes a lot of the time for you to lose gunfights against higher fire rate weapons. The recoil on the Scar is also moderate to high. It can be very difficult to manage, and you've got to burst it, and even at medium range, you've got to burst the gun just to get hits on people. It can be a very difficult gun to master, so they are the statistics, and we're going to go straight now into class setups. But bear in mind, guys, test the gun out first. Maybe go, when you've seen the class setups, go into a private match or against bots or whatever. Try out the gun, and if you like it, then you like it. If you don't, you don't. Don't feel like you have to use the Scar because you've not used it. Just use what you're comfortable with. It's a difficult gun to use, so just bear that in mind. Right, straight onto class setups. Hello everyone, and we are here now in Black Ops 2, and I'm just going to go over the class setups for the Scar H. And can I have feedback on the bit you've seen already? You know, where I talk about the gun, talk about the statistics and stuff, like the reload time, the rate of fire, things like that. Are you guys actually interested in that sort of stuff? I mean, I love doing things like that, and I enjoy doing these class setups. But if you guys are more if you guys just want the class setups themselves, and you're not really interested in hearing about the actual Scar statistics or any gun statistics, then leave it in the comments and let me know. I'm happy to either keep it in or take it out or whatever. And if you got other ways that you want me to do this, then just also leave that in the comments. Your feedback would be very much appreciated. But anyway, let's get straight into this. We're going to go straight away with the Scar, and we're going to go into the OBJ. So OBJ means objective. So obviously we're using the Scar. Nothing to really say about that. We're going to have quick draw, we're going to have stock, and we're going to use primary gunfighter and have fast mags. This is an objective class, remember. When you're on an objective, you want to always have your gun ready. If you haven't got your gun ready, then you're going to be at a disadvantage, especially with the Scar. With other guns like the A94, it's not so much needed, but with a gun like the Scar, which is very difficult to use, you want to have your gun ready at all times, and fast mags is going to help with that. Only by a little bit, but it can be quite useful. So we're going to have that in our class. We're also going to have flat jacket, hence the objective. If you're on the objective, you can have nades and all sorts thrown at you. Same with the tap mask as well. They both work very well in with each other in a class. We're going to have toughness. Toughness, most useful perk. It's pretty much like the stopping power of Black Ops 2. if you're not running toughness on something, especially like an assault rifle, you are missing out. So make sure you are running toughness on all your classes. You will see toughness on every single assault rifle class that I run. We're gonna have, I believe, a nade. Yep, we're gonna have a nade. I was getting confused with my other class that I'm doing in a minute, but we're gonna have a grenade in our class slot here, and again, that's because we want to keep the enemy off the objective. Having a grenade is gonna help if you're like on one side of the map, or you gotta pass through building, but you could actually throw a nade over it. It's really useful. Nades are very useful. In fact, on this game, and we're also gonna have the Cap 40. Well, it doesn't have to be Cap 40. But it can be any pistol that you're comfortable with. Have a pistol so you've still got something there to help you when you're on an objective. If you've gone through all your SCAR ammo and you need to reload, but there's an enemy coming towards you while you're on the flag, pull out the Cap 40 and use that as a secondary. It's very useful. So that is the objective class setup right there. So use it. It's really useful for objective play. So that's that. Right, we're gonna go straight onto the stealth side of things. And what we're going to do here is we're going to have a suppressor, and we're also going to have stock. Again, we're going to run primary gunfighter, and we're going to have quick draw. Now, quick draw for me is just a must on assault rifles. If you don't like quick draw, obviously you could tweak this a little bit, but this is the class that I will run. Same with stock, actually. Some people have said they've tried out the A94 class that I did, and they don't like stock. If you don't like stock, for example, you can take that off and maybe just spend a point elsewhere. You could have maybe 2 tacticals. I don't know. But this is just based on what I feel comfortable with myself. I wouldn't say, oh, use this, this, and this if I've never really tried it out myself. So that's why we've got stock on here. Again, if you don't like stock, then you can always trade that out for something else. We're going to have flat jacket. We're going to have toughness. We're going to run perk 2 greed with scavenger. And we're also going to have C4. Now, with this, it's not about being aggressive as such. You're going to be more sat back. So, you're going to be alive a lot longer, because you're not rushing in all the time. And scavenger, you're going to have to move around at some point, but scavenger's going to keep you alive longer, because you don't have to worry about getting someone else's gun. If you kill someone and you get the opportunity to go over to their body and pick up a scavenger pack, you're sorted. And you also get extra C4 every time you pick up a scavenger pack, so that's also very useful. And the C4 is sort of like the secondary of this class. You can use it offensively. If you want to be offensive, it's an offensive sort of class as well, and it's defensive as well. That's why I built it, actually, but I use it more defensively most of the time. And I use the C4 to help me in situations where I've got too many people running at me. So the C4 is useful there. Flat jacket, because if you're being defensive, you're going to have things thrown at you for days. So, you know, that's sort of like the class setup. That's what works well for me. So try that out. It's not a bad class setup at all. And finally, we're going to go on to my preferred class setup. This is the one I use 9 times out of 10, and it is very good. Quick draw and stock. Again, I love my quick draw and I love my stock. So it is absolutely awesome. We're going to have hardline. We're going to use perk 1 greed. We're going to have flak jacket along with toughness, tactical mask, a C4, and I actually use a stinger. Now I say that because I like taking down kill streaks myself anyway. So if you don't run the stinger, if you don't want the stinger, you can always put on, say, a tactical or put a secondary on or something. That's entirely up to you, but in this class I do use the stinger. It's very good. The thing about this class is that you can be offensive and defensive with it, and that's what I like about this class. The quick draw is going to help regardless what gunfight you're in, especially in close quarters. Same with the stock, it's really useful, and you can use this gun in any situation. I wouldn't advise being up close in close quarter engagements with, say, people using a Scorpion, or not even a Scorpion, but any SMG, because the fire rate is so low on the SCAR as it is. So try to avoid close quarter situations, but this is my preferred class setup. It's really good, and you'll build some score streaks up very quickly. So what I'm going to do now is, you might notice in this that I haven't got fast mags, and At first I thought Fast Mags is probably going to be most useful for this gun. It isn't the objective anyway, but for my class I used Fast Hands for a while, and I took it off. And there's a reason why Fast Mags isn't always the best case. So I'm going to quickly show you in a private match exactly why I don't really run Fast Mags all the time. So we'll skip over to there now. Hello, okay, we are now in Nuketown 2025, and I've got my Scar here, and I've got Fast Mags on the Scar, and I'm going to put tack down here just so I can spawn in quickly. And I want to show you guys why I don't think Fast Mags is very useful. So what you're going to know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot one bullet and I'm going to reload it. Now that was very quick, I've already reloaded it. Let's do it again. Reloading, done. And it is very quick, don't get me wrong. I think the Scar does reload very quick with Fast Mags. It's still useful, even though in one respect I don't think you need it. It can still be very useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a class now without the Fast Mags, and I'm going to show you what I think could be just a better alternative. Now we all know that when we reload a gun, like here I'm going to reload the Scar, it's going to take a lot longer. I mean, we're just done now. So reloading, done. And that's all, probably about double the time of the Fast Mags, but you can shorten this, and this does not just apply to the Scar, it applies in general. If you've not got Fast Mags, you can do what is called a reload cancel, and I'm going to show you that right now. So you notice it on the Scar quite a lot. What you'll notice now is I'm going to shoot a bullet, and then I'm going to reload, and then I'm just going to sprint forward, and my gun's ready. So watch this. Reloaded. Okay, done. I'm ready to fire. Reloaded. Okay, done. Ready to fire. Okay. And then what I'm doing here is, if you watch the ammo count at the bottom, I'm going to put it in slow motion for you. You will see that the time it takes me to reload the gun is quite short when it goes back up to 30, but the animation is still going after 30. So what you can do, as soon as you see that 30 come up on your screen, sprint forward or double tap Y, and you're going to be ready to go. So reloaded now. There we go. So just remember that if you're reloading, you can always reload cancel. And with that, it's not that much faster, or it's not that much slower than Fast Mags. In fact, Fast Mags is only a little bit faster from what I can see. And to be honest, I think Fast Mags will be done maybe about a fifth of a second, maybe slower, faster or something. I don't know. But use that. You don't need Fast Mags on this gun. It is really useful without it, as long as you reload cancel. If you don't reload cancel, it's not too bad, but you shave way more time when you just reload cancel. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on the Scar H, and please leave a like and subscribe, and check out tomorrow's video, which is going to be Friday free for all. See you guys in the next video.